different songs. Funny songs, bawdy songs, angry songs, sad songs, and some songs which you sing solo. After all, people would want to rest their vocal cords. And this is also why I play a recorder sometimes, to rest my own vocal cords, and just play a tune on a whistle or play an instrumental on the guitar. So do you have this? Do you do this also, Tom? When you're if you're getting a whole crowd singing, do you find let's rest our vocal cords for a while and play an instrumental or something?
Well, I don't do that so much because I don't, as you said earlier, I don't consider myself to be that much of an instrumentalist. So it'd be very embarrassing for me to try to play an instrumental. At the same time, what's fun sometimes is to teach a chorus so well in the way that you're talking about that people can sing it back to me. I really enjoy that, and there's some rest in that sometimes.
Harry Chapin does this. Harry Chapin has a song, The Cat's Cradle. Cat's in the cradle of the tan silver spoon. It's a very serious song, if you don't know it, about his wife wrote it, and it was aimed at him. And he wrote the tune for it because he recognized the truth of it, about the father who's always busy and says to his kid wants to play, and he says, later, we'll get together. And the chorus is from the old nursery rhyme. Cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, the little boy blue and the man in the moon. And after he's sung 2 or 3 or 4 verses of it, even the people who never heard it before have learnt this chorus. And he'll ask the crowd to sing it back to him. And he'll just sit there listening. He'll play the accompaniment. So you do that too?
Yeah, every now and then. I've heard Tom Paxton do that several times with some of the old standards that he's done. He'll just say, now you sing it. It's really fun.
Yeah. Well, it gives the audience a feeling of their own strength. I don't do it so much, but in a sense I do, in that I stop singing on the song and just feed them the lines a little bit. Harry also does this with All My Life's a Circle, Circle, Sunrise and Sundown, Moon shines through the night time. It's a gentle, sentimental song, and he'll say, let's hear the balcony sing it. And everybody listens to the balcony sing. He says, let's hear the front rows in the expensive seats sing it. Stand up, and then stand up and face backwards and sing the rest. He'll say, hey, there's Mike out there been handling the sound system all over. Mike, you sing this. And Mike, without any microphone in front of me, he'll sing the chorus. And sometimes the person handling the lights, come on out here, he gets them out from the wings. And he'll keep it going for not just 2 or 3 minutes, but 4 or 5 or 6 minutes. And this leads me to something that I was slow to realize, is that sometimes when a song is only going half well, instead of stopping it, the best thing is to go on with it, because it'll get better and better. Bess Hawes had a guitar class she was teaching in a school, and the black man who was the maintenance man was supposed to stay there to close up the joint. He liked to come and listen to them. He says, stick with one song a long time. And he'd repeat that. That was his main contribution. And it's also one of the African traditions, that you stay with it till you really are with it. You don't get halfway and say, well, I guess it was a mistake, and wander off halfway through. You stick with it until you get there. And it may take 5 minutes, it may take 15 minutes. But if you've been to black churches, you'll know how they'll sing the whole thing over. Odetta did this once when we were giving a Woody Guthrie program. We were singing This Land Is Your Land. She wouldn't let us stop it. She just kept singing it over and over. And every time I thought, well, this surely must be the last time. But she sang it again and again and again. And the audience rose to the occasion. They got better and better and better and better and better till they were on their feet and they were singing at their best. far better than they were 3 minutes before, when we would have normally ended the song. This is an African technique. It also was used in the play Hair, where they repeated that last line, "Let the sun shine, let the sun shine." That was originally just the last line of the song. The person who wrote the song never wrote that. It was the black performers who did this. And it's one more African tradition which we white people are absorbing. Now, I've rattled on here for about 10 or 15 minutes, I guess, haven't I?
Lenny uses a lot of instrumental in his work. You've mentioned that, don't you?
Well, I play some South American instruments, which I was using to both for the interest that they have, and I realized at one point I was doing a concert where the second half I was doing all my own songs, and I was kind of feeling, I feel a little bit like Tom, that my instrumental work isn't worth putting out there alone. But I realized that the charango in the first half gives people a break from words as well. They can just listen to the music, and it's a rest. And I realized here I'm doing 12
solo on an instrument with a verse sung by one or two or three people with a whole crowd. Look what Bach did. He'd write these wonderful fancy things in the organ, and his choir would sing some harmony, and then all of a sudden the whole congregation, they said, "Oh, we know this song," and they all sang it. And every week he had a new one for him. The greatest period of music writing history was the last years of his life, when he just lived in the little city of Leipzig, making up some fancy new arrangement for an old song. So now the light's going off, and is the tape going off for a while too?
Break.
Let's sing a little song just for old time's sake, because it was 34 years ago that a woman, 46 years old, down in Los Angeles she was living. She met me and Earl Robinson, and some others, said, "I'd like to try writing songs." And this was one of her first songs. I get butterflies in my stomach whenever I start to sing. When I'm at a microphone, I shake like anything. But if you sing along with me, I'll do my
right out loud.
I'm awful nervous, lonesome, but I'm swell when I'm a crowd. Sing along, sing along, sing along, sing along. And just sing la 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 if you don't know the song. You'll quickly learn the music. You'll find yourself a word. 'Cause when we sing together, we'll be heard. You'll quickly learn the music. You'll find yourself a word. 'Cause when we sing together, we'll be heard. You'll quickly learn the music. You'll find yourself a word. 'Cause when we sing together, we'll be heard. And she had verses about my congressman's important, he hobnobs with big biz. Verses about the unions, and then she ended, life is full of problems. The world's a funny place. I sometimes wonder why the hell I joined the human race. If you sing along with me, I'll do my part right pretty. I'm awful nervous, lonesome, but I make a swell committee. Sing along, sing along, sing along, sing along, and just say la 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 if you don't know the song. You'll quickly learn the music. You'll find yourself a word. 'Cause when we sing together, we'll be heard. And that was Malvina Reynolds.
Well, why don't we take a short little break? Okay, break. Where's the house?
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Now this is all right for a lullaby. If you're going to sing it down that low. I purposely started the song in a very, very low key. Are we on? No, we're not even on. We're not even started.
Yeah, we're okay.
I'll have to start all over again. Am I?
Give us the words, Yvonne.
We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved like a tree that's planted by the water. We shall not be moved. Now, no two voices are exactly alike, but I rather guess that's a little bit low and comfortable a key. You could sing a lullaby in that key, nice and soft. But if you really want to sing out, it's hard to do it, at least for me, at that low key. So I usually, instead of singing in C like that, way up, just up into D, not up here, way up. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Just like a tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be moved. It's tremendously important to get the song in the right pitch, and if you ever sang with a quartet, you can get in the fiercest arguments. Should it be in C or C sharp? No, it must. The Weavers would argue for 2 hours about the key for a song. Because Ronnie is an alto, and what was a good key for her was a little bit too low for me. I sometimes won, sometimes she won. But you'll find as a song leader that the same song can sound very, very different. Even what we just sang it in, I wouldn't consider real picket line key. If you want this song to sound out good, I mean good. Now this is going to be too high for some of the women, so you can sing the harmony. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved. Now you have just a few notes above the men. We are singing a bear, we shall not. So, now this is what I call a picket line. We shall not be moved. We shall not be moved like a tree planted by the water. We shall not be moved. And good alto singers love to do that. They sing low right down the middle of their register with a good, strong alto voice, but they sing just 3 notes above all the men. And you get nice 2-part harmony. This is done in many folk choirs. Do you ever hear the Piatnitsky, the chorus of Russia?
Yeah.
The women have the same range of voice that the Carter family had, but they also did the same thing. Women sang low, and men sing high. And this is just one little thing that's a lot of fun to try sometimes with a crowd, to let them stretch their voices, let the men really push their men's voices as high as they can, instead of loafing around in the cellar. Just raise it. And I rarely will start that song in such a high key. I'd scare everybody away. They say, oh, this is too high for me. I'm not going to sing out there. Let him wear out his voice. But I'll start it down low, and then I'll stop it and raise it. And I may raise it a little more. And if it's really going well, they suddenly realize how much higher they can sing if they have to. Of course, you know what Beethoven did. He pushed things up to the absolute limit of the range when he did the Ode to Joy in E flat. And they sang, you wonder how they did it. But they did it. They're inspired. There's one choral director I knew in Canada, and she says, you're not out of breath, you're out of conviction.